Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Jusang Football. This is the win, draw, lose segment. So we're going to do Premier League predictions, game week 7. All right, so let's get going. So the first game is Aston Villa versus Brighton, um, which will be an early kickoff. So both Aston Villa and Brighton have lost their games in midweek in the Carabao Cup. How will they look in the league? I think both will play very well. Uh, we all know Brighton that have really started the season well, and Aston Villa have also had a good start to the season, though it's been a bit of under the rugs. Like that they've been doing well, but no one has been talking really about them. I think that's an advantage for them because they go about their business with no pressure, no one looking at them. This game, I think both teams, I think, will score goals. So I think it will be a game in which both teams score. But I think it will be a draw. I don't see Brighton really winning this, and I don't see Aston Villa winning this. So I think it's a draw, and maybe Aston Villa has more of a chance to win than Brighton. So I think that will be a draw. So next game will be Bournemouth versus Arsenal. Arsenal have also began the season well. Not as well as they did last season, but then it's been an okay season for them. I mean, an okay beginning for them. So what do I expect in this game? I think Arsenal will win this game. They'll not score many goals, maybe by 1 goal or 2 goals. Bournemouth also have difficulty scoring goals. So that may be the problem that they'll have in this game is scoring goals. Arsenal have a good defense, and the structure is good. Arsenal also don't really have a very good goal scorer, but I think they can get goals. They create very good chances. So I think from home, I think they'll win this. They failed to win at Tottenham, which was interesting. And Spurs, I think, were the better team on the day. I think Spurs deserved more points than they got. So Arsenal to win this, maybe move on. So third game will be Everton versus Luton Town. Everton, they've won, I think, their Carabao game. They're starting to score goals. Like they've been playing well, they've been creating chances, but they've just been failing to score goals. They're starting to score goals. They scored 3 goals last week. They've won the game in the Carabao Cup, and now it's Luton Town. Luton Town are just not a Premier League team, so I think Everton will win this game and at home. So this is going to give them a push, I think, in the season. So Everton to win this. The next game is Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. This will be the second time in 4 days or 3 days that they're playing, um, and it's at Old Trafford. I think still Crystal Palace will have a similar game plan to the one they had in the Carabao Cup, where Manchester United played much better. I think it's been their best game of the season, and they won the game by 3 goals, and kept a clean sheet. So those are positive signs. Many of the players looked better. They have many players coming back from injury. So I think all that is positive for Manchester United. I think they'll win this game. And Crystal Palace maybe will, of course, there'll be changes for both teams. Rashford and Bruno didn't start the other game. Crystal Palace's striker didn't play in the midweek game, so I think they'll both start this game. They'll both start this game. They'll all start this game, and but still, I think United will be too strong for Crystal Palace. So that's a United win. Next game, Newcastle United versus Burnley. So Burnley, when they verse teams that are in the second league and lower, then you see they really look superior. So Burnley won their game, Carabao game. Newcastle beat Manchester City. So that's good. This is 2 years where Manchester City are not going to win the Carabao Cup. There's a time where the Carabao Cup had become like their first trophy automatically. So that's good. Newcastle won the game. I hope Man City continue to drop points in Premier League because they've not yet dropped any points. So I think Newcastle will be too good for Burnley, and I think Newcastle will win this game. Hopefully they've not emptied the tank a bit with the energy that they put in against Manchester City. So hopefully, yeah, and I think they'll make a few changes for the weekend, and I think they'll win the game. So next game is West Ham United versus Sheffield United. Again, I think Sheffield United are not ready for the Premier League. They managed to get a point, I think, against Nottingham Forest in last week. It was a good point, but I think Nottingham Forest deserved to win the game. But uh, Sheffield United got a point in that game. So can they manage to get a point in this game? I don't think so. I think West Ham are better organized. And I think West Ham will be too strong for them. And West Ham are at home. So I think West Ham will win this game. The next game is Wolves versus Manchester City. Manchester City have not dropped any points so far. It's game week 7. I think they'll still win this game. They're missing, I think, one of the most important players in their squad. That's Rodri. For he got a red card for for trying to kill somebody. So they'll miss him, I think, and hopefully maybe Wolves can take advantage of this. But Man City are just too good a team. The players get out, and it's like nothing has happened, no difference. So most likely they'll win the game. Maybe it will not be a high scoring game. I don't see Wolves scoring. They've had really difficulties with scoring. City have lost the midweek game against Newcastle, but Haaland didn't play. A lot of changes. So it will be a very different team for the league, and I think they'll win the game against Wolves, even though they're not at home. The next game is Tottenham versus Liverpool. So Tottenham have really impressed this season, like early stages. They've really impressed. Are expressing themselves. They don't have anything limiting them from expressing themselves, and they're getting good results. They've played the so-called Big Six. They've played Manchester United. They won. They got 3 points. They played Arsenal. They got a point. They're now going to play Liverpool, and I think they will express themselves. So I think it's going to be a very interesting game, at least for the first half or the first hour. A very interesting game. I think both teams will score goals because Liverpool is also that kind of team that will want to express themselves, and their aim is to score goals. I think this will be a very interesting game. So, but I'll give it to Liverpool. I don't think Liverpool are like Arsenal, who go ahead 2 times and then drop the points. So I think Liverpool have better mentality as a team. So I think if they go ahead, they're winning the game, and I feel they are more of a threat in terms of scoring goals than Tottenham. So I think uh, Liverpool will win this game. So the next game that's on Sunday will be Nottingham Forest versus Brentford. So this is a tricky one. Could go either way. But I'll give it to Nottingham Forest. Brentford, I feel they are starting to tire a bit, and then Nottingham Forest are really good at home. So Brentford are starting to feel the impact of not having Ivan Toney. So I feel there'll be it will. I think it's a good time maybe to play Brentford. I think Nottingham Forest will win this game. So the last game of the game week will be Fulham versus Chelsea, and um, this will be a very interesting game. I think Chelsea are failing to score goals, and they are also not conceding many. So they have a good defense, but they are failing to score goals. So maybe this will be a very low scoring game, maybe less than 3 goals. in this game if you're going to bet on goals. Um, but I would say it's going to be a draw. Maybe both teams will score, but I'll give it a draw. So those are our predictions for game week 7. Um, please subscribe to the channel and comment. What do you think? What are your predictions? Let's see how we do this week. Thank you.